Hey guys, Linda Bomba here. We've got a few minutes before we start, so I'll wait for some more people to get on. And my screen's kind of funky. How's everybody doing tonight? This is going to be actually a just checking all my things here. If you can't see my screen, if somebody can do me a favor and message me on Facebook, or I'm going to open up the Q&A. Or just put something better yet, and just put something in the chat. I'm assuming everybody can see my my screen, but just to make sure, I'm just going to pull this up again. Okay, so everybody should be able to see my my screen. So if you can't, give me a shout out in the chat that you can't see my screen, because that's going to kind of be missing the point if you can't see my screen. And I'm going to get started because I know there's other things that are going on tonight that people are going to want to go to. So let me get back over here to what this webinar about is. I'm going to show you, this is a list builder that I use. It's called listjoe.com. It's socially profitable email marketing, where I've been using, actually I started using this in 2013. And this is a great way to generate leads. You can do this on a free account too. There's also paid versions, and you'll get more. It's a credit-based emailing program. And I've kind of played around with this over time I started out using swipe copy. The better your copywriting is, and I'd say start with your titles, the more clicks you're going to get and the more leads and conversions you're going to get out of it. But this is one way you can, and if you've ever heard somebody talk about leveraging someone else's list, this is a form of that. And this is certainly email marketing, but I think when a lot of people think about email marketing, they think about you using your autoresponder and sending things out to your list, which that is also email marketing too. But what this does is, depending on what kind of account you have, if you have a free account, they'll let you send one email out every 7 weeks. They give you about 1,000 credits. If you buy up, it's like every 3 days. I have a bought up account. Every 3 days, I can email out something to it's basically you're emailing their list and their market and the other members. And I can do it more often with a paid account, and I get more credits. You can always buy more credits too. But what I do is this is these are the thing too. This tracks your clicks, the date, what email you sent out to, and the date and how many emails were sent and the number of clicks you got. You have to keep track of your own, how many leads you get from this. But if I click on this, and actually I have another day before I can send another email out. But what it usually does is it brings up, and actually I should have thought about this before I started doing this. It brings up another screen where if I want to pick one of these, let me get back to this. If I want to pick one of these past emails that I sent, I can certainly do that. Or I can, if I click on, let's just get to this one. If I want to hit load message, and it's not working tonight. Okay, I can go back and pick one of these. Let me get back into this and use this again, or I can load a new one. my choice. And I've been, over the course of time, and what I found has gotten better results and more clicks is when I started writing my own copy. And really, and when I first started, I've taken 2 copywriting courses. I've done a workshop. I've also read some books. Um, I started concentrating first on my titles because if your title's not compelling and you're not going to get people interested, they're probably not going to open your email. So I started concentrating on titles, and I know all the trigger words, and they tell you should use ones like how, what, and I get that, and you should do that. But if you keep doing the same thing, people, you're going to start to lose your audience. And I know a couple of days ago, if anybody that you're on my news list, I used the F word in the title, and I got a crazy open rate. It was like it was up around over 13%. And I had some people email me back, and they were offended by the language. Another guy actually, and I posted that on Facebook, just totally, I mean, his email was, saying email too much and all this. But my point is, that's why I got such an open rate. It was people were like clicking on it, despite the fact that some people were offended by it. And I realized that I took a risk when I did that. I mean, I knew that some people were going to be offended, but it did exactly what I wanted it to do because I got such a great open rate. And I know when I first started doing any kind of copywriting, I maybe got like a, I don't know, 2%, maybe a 3% open rate consistently, and mine just continues to go up. And I find when I do titles like the one with that, something that I just think of that's kind of off the cuff, I get a better open rate. Like I sent another one out that had something like it's a scam, and that got a high open rate. And this is the same kind of thing you want to do if you're going to use this. And you can consistently get leads from this, and you can even use it as a free account. But the thing is, I mean, if they're giving you, if you can do an email once a week or every 3 days or whatever it is, to do it consistently and not send the same thing out, and mess around with your headlines, mess around with your copy. And I know these last 2 down here, well, actually a couple of these lessons, these are ones actually that I did the title. Well, actually one of them I didn't do the title, but I wrote the whole, it was a story. I took a story of, depending on what it was that I was sending out, and who I was sending it to, and and kind of crafted it that way. And I find when you do that, you kind of think of a compelling headline, and you're writing around a story, even if if it's a product you're trying to sell or a program that you're trying to get people to opt into. The stories tend to get a better clicks. You get more clicks and more opt-ins. And I know some of these, when I first started using this, like in 2013, because it's just been in about 2 years. It was August 2013 that I opened an account, and it just shows me how my copywriting's gotten that much better, because I wouldn't get a lot of. I mean, I started out, I took swipe copy, and that's great if you want to start that way and you haven't done a lot of copywriting and you don't feel like your copywriting's up to snuff. But I will tell you, copywriting is a skill. So the more you do it, and this could just be a practice thing for you, if you use a free account, till you get more comfortable with copywriting, and you can take some of the stuff that you learn here. Maybe start with swipe copy. I know another thing you could do is take some swipe copy and maybe put some of your own words in it, so you're kind of making it all your own. I mean, I know on my own newsletter, I've just gone through and I've personalized all my follow-up letters and stuff. I may have some swipe copy in there, but you'll find that the more you do that and the more you make things your own, especially with email marketing, whether you're doing this or just emailing your list every day or however often you do it, it really is a kind of a trial and error thing, because I've had other emails I've sent out, whether it's been this or my newsletter, that I got horrible open rates, and then I go back and look and I think, God, is the ad. So, I mean, this is something to think about, and this is another way, whether you're using a free account or you buy, you have a small budget, because you can get into this for somewhere between 40, 30, 35, 40, $50 if you have a small advertising budget. And the other thing about this is you can, what I think is really kind of cool about this is the way they set the downline up on this. This goes like 6 levels deep. So what that actually means is that when somebody upgrades, not only can you earn commissions on your downline, you can earn commissions on your downline's downline, their downline, and it goes down six levels deep, which that's really kind of cool, because it doesn't take a whole lot of you referring people here to get this, that you, even if you have an upgraded account, that it still won't cost you anything. And if you do this consistently, it's really, it was something I hadn't thought about. When everybody thinks about paid advertising, they think of buying a solo ad or this, that, or the other thing. They do, let me see where it is here. They do solo. And depending on what kind of account you get, there are, if you have a gold account, you get to do some of these different kinds of ads that you get to put in whatever you'd like to use this for. And there's different, when you log into the account, they have ads up that you can see over here. There's some people's ads here that you can, that when you get it's a gold account, their ads up here, and they pick what they want. And they also do some, let me see if I can find it. They do some solo ads if you want to do that. But you can see here, like in the top of the account, these are all different people that belong to this. They're members, that they're using these different kinds of, these are spotlight ads. They're news ads over here. There's ones over here on the left-hand side that you can use those too. They give you some tips here. I mean, it is a credit-based email that you do buy. You are buying credits to get the emails. Let me see if I can find, I swore I saw something on here that they do solo ads, unless I'm thinking something else. But you can do, I mean, if that's something you want to do, you certainly can do it. And they also give you, I haven't gotten into, there's tons of, they have a whole list of, and they have relationships with these other list builders, that if you do end up opening an account with any of these, they have some sort of affiliation with them where you can be doing multiple downlines and then earning commissions from all of them, if that's something. I mean, I haven't done that. This is something I kind of wanted to mix in. I always think that you just don't want to have, you want to have a couple different sources of how you are generating leads, because I get a lot of leads off of Facebook, and I have a ton of connections on Facebook. And if something happened to Facebook, I mean, I get leads from my YouTube videos too, but you don't want to just leave it to, one or two things. Have at least a couple, 3 or 4 that you're using. And I know when I first started, I've done some paid advertising. I bought into co-ops and done some solo ads. But if for anybody it was on, I was on the 3 o'clock summer school webinar today, and when you're talking about your hot, cold, and warm market. And it is, there are actually some people on this I know just from being around. I know who they are, or have had a conversation with them. This isn't going to be as cold of traffic as if you decide to go do something like a solo ad, or even, I mean, if you're running ads on Facebook, there's a whole lot more of a chance that it's not cold like it is with the solo ad. And even some of the co-ops I've done, because they're running those, when you give a website to promote on that, that's kind of all over the place. Let me just go back to this. And I thought about that. I can't actually show you how to do an email on this because my account, I don't, actually there's no, you have to buy tokens for these. And this is another I've never done this either, but this is another way. If you want to buy, you buy them by tokens, and then you can set up a solo ad. That these are kind of run by a credit system too, and this is a little different. And if you feel you're a little bit stronger, that you feel like you can write an ad that's compelling, that you think, or maybe you have one that you've used, that you've gotten good conversions on, you can also do this too. I've never done this. But they do have that option if you want to do it. And then this is the buying credits. And they're running, they usually do a 6-month thing. If you take a gold account for 6 months, it's actually the best buy. But like if I wanted to, and actually I still couldn't do an email because I'm still like a day and 3 hours. I could buy more credits on top of the account that I had. And actually I would do that because that's only like $12 to show you how to actually send an email. And actually it's really pretty easy. And I just end up, sometimes I pick one of the ones that I did, which, let me get back to this. I'll pick one of the ones I did, or I've been testing out some different things lately and picking something else, which I have to end up either, depending on, and these are ones I wrote, going and getting it and just doing a copy and paste kind of thing and getting it in there. Or if I'm writing something off the top of my head, which I've been using some other things. I've just been doing some split testing and testing things out, and I'm getting probably about a 52 cent with this, a click rate right now on this, with the last few that I've done. And those are ones that I wrote the copy. And I'm finding that I'm getting a better click-through rate, more clicks and more leads that way. So that's really about it. This is something you can actually, you can get an account and refer people for free, and then people that want to upgrade too. So you can earn commissions on this. Let me come back out. Any questions? If you have some questions, guys, put them in the chat, and I will your questions. Let me see if I can get the Q&A on. Yeah, why don't you just put them in your in the chat, because I can't, the Q&A is not working on this. I'm just gonna put that you guys can put your questions in there if you have any. Let me just go back to if you guys want to take an account and try this out. I'll put this in the link too, that you can take a free account, check this out. There's the link. And I'll give you guys, if anybody's got questions, you can put them in the chat. And I wish I didn't even think about that, because I could show you exactly how to do it. It's easy. You don't really, and actually I think I have a video somewhere of actually how to set the email up before you send it. So you make sure that you get your copy in there and the title that you want to use, and you're sending out the email exactly how you want it to look. Because if you go and send, if you've ever sent an email out and it's got half your copy, it's not good. So if you have any questions, put them in there. If you think about a question after we get off, you can message me on Facebook. Because I think nobody's got any questions tonight. It's relatively simple. It's another form of email marketing in conjunction with you building your newsletter. But these you can set up I would suggest you set up a capture page. And for those of us at IMLSP, you can set up a capture page and direct people to your link in this so you capture the lead if you're going to promote this. That's what I do. They give you some banner ads in your account that you can use those, and then just a general link. But the problem with that is you'll send somebody to a website, and if they're just looking around, you're not going to get the lead. So you really want to set up a capture page to do that. So if nobody has any questions, I'll end here. If you think of something, message me on Facebook, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.